Hey, HR friends, welcome back. We're in the 4-3 emotional 6.5 day sequence. We're going to talk about day four. Now, when we talk about these 6.5 day sequences, if you're just joining us, we have an overview that we do at the beginning of each sequence. If you haven't watched this, you might want to because it kind of simplifies how we go through this and you'll be able to keep up with these expedited 24-hour forecasts. To see this, just back out of the video and right below this video on the website, you can press this button and it'll bring you up to speed on that overview. All right, so let's look at day four. And as always, we start by actually looking at the day before to see what we went through and what we're about to go into here. Okay. Now, the good news, and we've talked about this, look at day two, day three, and day four, pretty low as far as electromagnetics go. When this electromagnetic pattern gets up to that level four and holds at a level four, it becomes very difficult to stay calm and to not become defensive. So that's what we're trying to help you understand here. And you can see after day four, well, the wheels are going to fall off here. Day five, day six, and day 6.5, that's going to be a little bit tougher. So take a deep breath. We got one more easy rolling day here. And as always, when we have a day where defensive mechanisms aren't being engaged, I encourage everybody to try to eliminate past stress. Go back to those problems that you left unresolved and see if you can't get them worked out because I promise you, there are some problems that are about to find us here, and first person is what's coming up. All right. So, day four, one more day of relaxation until things get a little bit more difficult. And there are a couple spots here you got to worry about. You can see that in the second 12-hour period, we've got a little shoot up here in third person agitation. Remember, third person agitation, that's how we see the bigger picture, and every individual is designed to see it different. Don't argue about that. Don't make stress for yourself. That's probably the biggest thing to know about here in day four. All right. Let's move on down. And as always, we're going to look at the testing structure. Now, we simplify this. We exist in a space time reality. Frequencies are trying to teach us if we don't let our defensive design control us and we actually use our cooperative effort and our free will to get along with our teammates and balance our routine, well, then we don't have anything to worry about. But if our defensive mechanism convinces us that we don't have to get along with certain members of our team or that we don't have to balance our routine because we're more important than other people, then we're going to have a problem with these frequencies. Now, the frequencies that have been testing us this week have been really going after that upper left quadrant. So if you've been feeling upper left quadrant stuff in day two, day three, it's going to continue into day four. For right quadrant, not quite as heavily tested. We look at that number four. If it's above a four, that's a heavy test load. If it's a below a four, it's not so heavy. This is between three and four. Same thing with this left lower. We're sitting between three and four, and right lower actually kind of falls off in this next sequence. So this is the one that's really been getting hit hard here for 3 days is that upper left quadrant. Now, if you've been having problems with your upper left quadrant for the last few days, these are the relationships that are out of balance. You just got to work on getting along with all the members of your team. Specifically, if you're having problems with upper left, this has to do with the older members of the team. And you also have to balance your routine at that larger level. Remember, what we have to do is not only do we have to commit to our team, but we have to create routines that are going to make sure that every future family that comes into this interactive experience is going to have a better experience because of what you contributed while you were here. That's what you do. That's also how you get your reward here and get out of this negative feedback loop. Don't forget about that. Now, we're going to go down and look at the 24 hours zoomed in because this is how we help you understand that you're in a mathematically dictated reality. It's a biofeedback system, and it's literally just trying to teach you. And what we talk about are alignments. Now, this is not a strong day of alignments, okay? We're going to just breeze through these pretty quick, and you can see we've got one little guy right here and then two little guys right here at the end. Not too much to talk about. This isn't a great day for alignments. Now, alignments are just when two frequencies that are testing the same thing. Purple's testing your routines, blue is testing how you're getting along with your teammates. Now, don't forget, 24/7. Every frequency that makes our existence possible is checking to see how well we get along with our teammates and how balanced our routines are. So don't fool yourself into thinking you're only taking damage or you're only feeling it. What these are moments that we can point out to you. They're the low-hanging fruit where we can say, hey, did you notice your headache come on and it just happened to last for 2 hours and then it went away? Well, that would be this alignment right here. So let's start with this one, okay? So we've got the PE. This is on the time side, so this has to do with routines, and these routines are in the upper quadrants, which means it's national and world routines. So if you as an individual aren't balancing your routine so that the national and the world is going to be a better place for the future families, you're going to have a problem during this alignment and expect to feel things in this upper quadrant. That's how that works. All right, so next one we're going to talk about is this EE, and we might as well just stay on the time side here. This is a 45-minute alignment. This is going to check routines. This is going to go on the right quadrant. Now, this still has to do with national and world routine. But if you're out of balance, you're going to specifically feel this one. It's going to double up on the right side. Okay. All right. So last one we need to talk about another short alignment here, 45 minutes. And this is also going to the upper extremity. So at the end of this 24-hour period, if you really start to notice that last 45 minutes that things get a little bit elevated and you're feeling some uncomfortability up here in this upper quadrant area, well, it's just letting you know you're out of balance. All right, let's keep rolling here. So we already talked about the frequencies. We saw that the left is the heaviest tested during this sequence. Just zooms it in. All right. Now these graphs are kind of helpful, and that's why I add them here. All right. So this is going to show you where the strongest frequencies are going to sit in this next 24-hour period of time. And I always like to see how balanced they are. So if we look here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right, which means we've got 6 on the left. Now, during this 24 hours, if you get right upper quadrant pain, we know it's not teammates, okay? If it goes on for 24 hours that you're feeling that right upper quadrant, we can be certain that you need to focus more on your routines. Same thing, look down here. We've got nothing parked in left lower quadrant in third person, which is about routine. So if you get left lower quadrant pain that goes on for this next 24-hour period of time, we can be certain that you need to be working on your teammates. Now, these graphs just kind of help you understand why things shift around and move around. They can also help you understand where you'd want to focus first. Don't forget, we also let you use and give you free software that all you have to do is plug in the times and the days of what you feel, and it will exactly tell you what it is. And we recommend that when there's overlap. So in this red and green quadrant, you see how there's overlap here? So if you get right lower quadrant pain or upper left quadrant pain, it's as simple as just writing down when you feel what you feel, and then using our software to be certain of what you need to focus on first to get healthy as fast as possible. All right, so let's end this out. As always, we end with showing you the rest of the electromagnetics for 2024. We want every individual to have weeks in advance notice so that they can prepare and not be duped by these elevated states. This is what's causing all the chaos and stress in your life. It's what's accelerating aging, and it's what's creating your diseased states. You overcome this pattern, and what you've just done is you've become healthier and you've helped the people around you become healthier. Now, what Health Reconnected is up to here is we're trying to empower as many individuals as we can. When we get regions and nations of individuals understanding this pattern and doing the conscious effort to overcome their defensive design, we can start to change everything. And that's what we need your help to do here. All right, we'll see you in the next 24 hours. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you then.